clinical depression, but I experienced depression off and on for about 5 years when I became divorced. And people have asked me, what is like the worst mental health condition? And people ask me, well, is it schizophrenia, debilitating mental health conditions? But I'm going to tell you, hands down, depression is by far the worst one. And why? Because depression is sneaky. You can walk around depressed for like 5-6 years and not really know it. So you could just be like a functioning person and you're depressed. There's people that I'm sure we even know. They know how to laugh appropriately at the right time. They know how to make a joke at the right time. I was one of those people. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Somebody have a question?
No. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, so
okay, repeat that question again for me.
Do you have to watch?
Oh no, but I was saying I was one of those people.
Just so everybody knows, there's a little delay.
Definitely, that's a great question.
Stephen,
first, you have.
It's a little delay, okay, so that's why we're experiencing.
Is it on my end?
Okay, no, it's on you. It's on your side, but that's fine. Okay, we pause and wait for the question. Okay, and we're going to go a little bit over Gina and Mo, if you guys don't mind, so that we can get all of Rachel in as well and get these questions in too. Okay, so go ahead and answer Mo's question, Stephen.
Okay, so he asked about triggers, right? So a trigger is a person, a place, or a thing that brings up in your mind a traumatizing experience. A trigger could be a smell, a trigger could be a place, it could be a thing. It just depends on what it is. Those triggers can fall in those areas. So yes, to answer the question, should you watch for triggers? The first thing is to identify your triggers. So I work with people at the beginning of helping them to identify what triggers them. Because like sometimes people will come to me and say, Dr. Carolyn, I don't know why every time I'm around this person. I just don't know what it is, but I just get so mad. I get so angry, when I'm around this person, even when this person hasn't doing anything, that's a trigger. So being able to identify, and we all have them. We all have triggers. Okay. We just respond differently, but we all have them. So being able to identify what your triggers are. And then yes, when you identify what your triggers are, then you have to find a way on how you're going to manage the triggers, because maybe if it's a family member, you might not be able to disconnect yourself totally from the person, but you may have to give yourself space if indeed they are a trigger. And then you have to find out, well, why are they a trigger? And then there may be some work you might have to do in there. But definitely, we have to pay attention to our triggers and know what they are, and then move preventively. I would say that would be the word I would use. Move with prevention.
Now, Gina, Dr. Stephen's going to come on every Thursday for us, right?
Every Thursday, yes.
Okay, so
7:00 hour.
All right, so we can get stuff off our chest another time, okay? And we're more than happy to let Dr. Stevens come through and educate us on mental health, because there's a lot of questions that we can't get into.
Yes.
There's a lot
I have about 10 or 15 over here.
Yeah, I had a couple too, especially concerning men and as we age and how we get through that, okay? But we're going to save that for another day. Dr. Stevens.
It seemed like when we started talking about triggers, the questions came.
Well, Coach comes on at 7:30.
Oh,
we got some things happening, but that's okay.
That's going to be a great discussion. And just to make it even, that's going to be a great discussion.
I'm sorry? What'd you say? Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I said that's
going to be a great discussion because we have people that know what they're talking about.
That's going to be a great discussion.
Absolutely. And it's always great to see you, number one, and have you. You're going to be able to distinguish author skills as well,
I am
right?
so super glad to.
That delay is a killer.
Yes, I am a 2025 nominated Distinguished Authors Guild person.
All right.
And I'm going to be on the red carpet in
nominee.
Chicago on November the 7th in Chicago. Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it. Yes. We're going to have to get rid of, hey, Gina, we have to get rid of that delay too.
Right. Well, thank you for having me. This is like so dope to be here.
Well, don't go anywhere. I'm pretty sure this is going to intertwine into what Rachel was talking about as well. So don't go anywhere. We still need you here until 8:15, 8:05, 8:10, who knows?
And speaking of Rachel, okay, we have the leadership coach.
Okay, I'm here.
Waiting, standing by. Let's go. What's up with the leadership?
Hello, inductees. Hello there. Hello there, Dr.
You.
How are we?
I'm awesome.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to be with the National Black Hall of Fame inductees. Somebody, where's the plaque? I ain't seen a plaque in so long. Where's that plaque?
He hit the plaque.
I didn't hide nothing. Gina, you coming up with a whole lot of little. Gina coming up with a whole lot of little accusations on Greg. Okay, lady. Okay.
It is.
All right.
There you go.
Can we do? We there. National Black Radio Hall of Fame. Because if we got to talk about it, we ain't being about it. Okay, we ain't got to talk about it. We about it. We doing it every day.
We about it.
That's right. Right.
I
hey,
mean,
anyway,
we want to celebrate those accolades. Celebrate those.
I got you. But welcome to the show again, Rachel. We always look forward to getting these gems out before we get on the weekend and get somewhere else. That's some questions I wanted to ask you for real, okay? And to get some clarity on some things. The first one that I have is, what's the biggest lie? Okay, you're a leader, you're a leadership coach, but what's the biggest lie people tell themselves about being a leader?
Oh, that's a move there. I would say the biggest lie people tell themselves about being a leader is that they can't accomplish a goal. I think that's probably the biggest lie, because a lot of leaders feel that something that they want to get done, they can't. And we can all get through something with a little help, support, and guidance. So one of those three things: get some help if you don't understand how to do it, get some support to guide you towards where you're trying to be. That's okay. You're not going to have all the answers. And sometimes you need support, mental support like Dr. Stevens offers, or sometimes you need leadership support like I offer, or sometimes you need a combination of both.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna grill you today, Rachel. I'm grilling you today, okay? I specifically.
Oh, I love that background, Mo. Hold on. Let's give Mo some props. Love that background, Mo.
I thought you liked it.
He got out the living room, went to another room. Look at that.
Yeah, he said no more people. No.
So Rachel, let me ask you, what's one leadership skill that's non-negotiable? Okay, you got to do this. You can't deviate. You can't go around it. What's one leadership skill that's non-negotiable in today's world?
You need to be open. You need to be open for change, open for growth, and open for support, open to pivot. Openness is a skill. If you don't have that skill, you're never going to be a good leader. You have to be open.
Okay. All right. I told you I'm gonna grill you today. All right. So I
come with it. I'm gonna tell the truth.
I'm coming. How do you help? And here's one. I want you to talk about this. How do you help leaders shift from working in the business to working on the business?
You know, that is really, really funny. Dr. Stevens could probably talk about how I had the conversation about it, because I talk to leaders all the time about this thing. The biggest thing is really understanding that your business can't flourish without you working on your business. If you are the only person working in your business, you're not going to be able to scale that. So it's really understanding that you have to be open to trust. You have to first set real systems in place. You have to put real systems in place. I cannot emphasize this enough. You must document the things you do so you can pass them on to someone else. If you like things done if your business should have processes. If there's processes, you should have a notebook or a Google Drive or a form where those processes are being recorded so you can pass them over to someone else. A lot of times, the reason why you're always working in your business because you haven't worked on your business in a way to scale it, move it forward, and give away tasks that are not in your circle of genius.
Okay.
I have a question.
Let's go with it.
This is probably going to tie into both of you, Dr. Stevens, and you as well, Rachel, because I know a few people who have been in corporate America, and because they're in corporate America and they handle so much, they have had mental challenges. How do you keep, because, you know, when you get up there and start going up the ladder, you get more and more responsibilities. You get more people requiring you to do things and demanding things. How do you keep your sanity during the, you know, as you go up that corporate ladder?
That's a damn good question.
Any ladder, the successful ladder, not just the corporate ladder, but the successful ladder.
I'll let Dr. Steve will handle the mental piece, but I'm going to say something, guys. People are going to hate it. VP, sorry. CEOs, sorry for what I'm going to say next. Usually, the further up a ladder you are at a company, the less work you are doing. Because you're doing more mental work the further up the ladder you normally go. If you are a good leader, listen, if you are a good leader, as you move up that ladder, you learn how to delegate. And you learn to only work on a task that you are brilliant at. Companies that do not allow people to work that way are why you have burned out individuals. And you have people who are unsuccessful in their roles or who hate their jobs. You hate your job when your plate is full and you don't know how to segregate what isn't for you. I have three buckets. Me and Dr. Steve have 3 buckets, but they're 3 different buckets. My buckets are things on my plate, and I don't know why. Things that propel me forward and things that leave me stagnant. When I look at those 3 buckets, I determine if what I'm doing right now is propelling me forward. And if it's on my plate and I don't know why, I'm getting that off my plate as soon as humanly possible. Okay. It's understanding. So from my standpoint, the further up the ladder you go, if you are good at your leadership roles, you understand how to delegate, when to get support, and how to get support. That is a requirement. It should be a requirement for everyone who goes up the ladder to understand what going up the ladder means. You become a visionary the higher up the ladder you go. Because you're the one who's envisioning how the business can work, should function, and what is going to help it be successful. That is what you should be doing. I'll let Dr. Stevens handle the mental piece of the people once you get in those positions and you have a mental breakdown.
Dr. Stevens, it's on you.
You're muted, Dr. Stevens. Oh, sorry, Dr. Carolyn. My apologies. I forgot. Sorry, Dr.
It's
Carolyn.
not a room inside the bucket. And the buckets is what leaders really need to practice. So being around men in business a lot, one of the things that I like about the way that men think is that they compartmentalize. Women have, and so men do situations in sections. You know, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. So I learned how to talk to people about putting things in buckets so we don't run everything off. Kind of what Rachel is alluding to. So in leadership, as you grow in leadership, you need to find, there's all kinds of buckets that I have, you know, but you need to find where you're going to put things in so that you're not running anxiety, which can cause frustration. One of the buckets that you may have to create is how much, or two of them, I say, how much of this am I going to do myself? And how much of this am I going to delegate? How much of this am I really going to let other people do? So maybe my job is to train people to do what I used to do so that it minimizes the amount of time that I put into this project or business. And then now I could maximize my business by doing other things. So definitely agree with the bucket theory. For all leaders, that we need to be able to put things in categories, balance people, because sometimes as leaders we can be very imbalanced people, and when we're imbalanced mentally, then it's gonna
We're getting that double shot, y'all, for real. So let me ask this question. This is for both of you guys as well. How do you handle well, Rachel first, how do you coach somebody to handle failure, especially when the pressure's on and everybody's watching?
Fail often, because failure means that you have the courage to move forward. So I'm a firm believer in failure is a lesson. If you internalize failure, because failure is not a lifestyle, it's an event. You might fail at this moment. Benjamin Franklin failed 10,000 times before we got a light bulb. And what his notion was that I found 10,000 ways in which something didn't work. It really goes to your mindset on how you take in information, how you take in situations. So how to get through failure is understanding that failure is an opportunity to learn, and it's not a lifestyle. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It means that the opportunity that you moved forward towards that was not successful. What's the next road? What's the next avenue? It's not giving up. It's trying until you get to the path of success.
Okay, but what about
that? Takes the mindset of knowing that it's a lesson.
Okay, Dr. Stephen, what about the pressure, though?
Repeat that for me, Greg, please.
I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm.
What'd
you say, repeat that for me? Sorry.
I was saying about the pressure part, though. Okay, maybe it's not a failure, but you still have that pressure. Everybody's watching you. How do you handle that pressure?
It goes one more time. It's the mindset. There will be pressure in your life. You have to prepare that it's going to come. You have to prepare. It's preparing your mind for the inevitable. Something is going to happen. Something is going to fail. You're not going to always.
Which one of us were you directing the question to?
Let her finish answering that, and then you can go ahead and do it as well.
Okay. So as far as I feel, as far as failure, the pressure is in your mind. You can't pressure me into feeling pressure. I'm the only one who can consume or take things in and pressure myself. So it's having the mindset that no one else can pressure you. You have to have the mindset that you're going to grow through it.
Okay, Dr. Stevens.
So again, I'm gonna couple that along with our previous discussion on failure. Everything is how you look at it. Failure does not have to be a bad thing. Pressure does not have to be a bad thing. So it's all about
perception.
How we look at a thing, or how we think about the way that we perceive a thing. It's perception. It's all about perception. That's a part of training the mind, or what we call the pathology, right? So failure is an opportunity to learn. That's all it is. Okay, so when something fails, I got another opportunity I can learn. The pressure is here to make me better. That's all. It's just here to make me better. Pressure is applied to see what's going to come out of me during a critical time like this, because in crises, we learn how to get creative. So if I'm under pressure, certainly it's an opportunity, for me to grow, for me to show, for me to learn what's really in me, for me to finally say the things I thought I couldn't handle, I see now that I can handle it. It also gives a chance to see who your support people are, that's another thing. So everything is about perception. Yeah.
Okay. Real good. Real good. Love this conversation. So Rachel, you're grooming the next generation of business leaders. You're teaching them how to get to the next level and to become successful. What's one leadership skill that's going to be essential for them coming up as business leaders?
I'm going to say very much to what we're talking about in general. Preparing yourself mentally to be successful. Success is not overnight. I don't care how many microwave conversations that you hear about an overnight sensation. You're just seeing the result of a lot of hard work. So preparing yourself for the work that's going to happen for you to find the success you're looking for. To have ongoing success, you must be prepared for the failures. You must be prepared for the long nights at times. You must be prepared to interview candidates once you're at that point. You must be ready. And to be ready, you have to prepare your mind for that. Get the mental stability in you to be able to grow. So that's the essential thing that every leader is going to need to have to be successful 2025 and beyond, because we are in a climate of tumultuous times. And through those times, you have to be able to face them and pivot, face them and know what you're going to do next, and not internalize those things that are happening in front of you. That's going to take a mindset of flexibility, a mindset of accountability, and a mindset of agility. You're going to have to be agile and mentally agile, not physically. Your mentality is going to have to be agile to different spectrums and different things that are going to happen in the world, because we're in those type of times. Prepare.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because you mentioned it earlier about someone in a business, they have to do, when you get to these levels, you're doing something different, right? But if you're a small business owner, how can you lead, I'll say, effectively when you're wearing every hat? You're doing everything. You're wearing every hat. How can you lead effectively?
I want to be transparent. There are no small businesses. They're small minds. You can have a business that is in early growth to mid growth to high level growth. But I don't like the term small business. That's just basically what it is to me, because you can have a business of with one person in it, but are you wearing those many hats because you're not profitable? And if you're not profitable, then maybe we need to pivot to something that is going to get you to profitability. It's really understanding your business and your business needs. There are a lot of business owners that wear lots of hats because they haven't learned the pivot. They haven't learned the understanding of how to get profitable, how to set yourself up for funding, how to set yourself up for growth. And a lot of times when you don't know that, you're not a small business. You're just a business who's is in stages of growth. So if you're wearing multiple hats, it's understanding which hat can you give away for $25. Do you have to do your graphics? I'm going to use that for instance. People on Facebook, I use myself for instance. I don't do any of my graphics. None. I got a part-time, I do part-time Lyft to pay for all of my marketing. So it doesn't come out of my pocket and I don't feel stressed. You must learn when to pivot, when to set yourself up for success. If a part-time job is going to help you pay for the marketer, the graphic designer, the person to put your stuff on social media, then you need to understand to bake that into what you're going to do. I'm going to work 4 hours a day for marketing. I'm going to use that to invest in my business. And then this goes to you really being aligned and in tune with what a business really is and what it means. to be an entrepreneur. When you are an entrepreneur, you must set yourself up for success. If you're going to need $100 a month for marketing, where are you going to get that $100 for if your business is making no money?
Right.
You get a side hustle, because if you don't get a side hustle, you're stressed because you have no money and you're doing the 500 things. You have to understand what to do and when to do it.
I had to grill you today. I had to get it out there. Okay, Dr. Stevens,
That's all right.
I want you to answer this question, and then I'm going to kick it to Rachel with the same question. Okay, what role does emotional intelligence play in scaling a business?
It plays and that's a great question. It plays a very, very big role, because when you're under stress, and the things that we mentioned, when you're under stress, when you feel pressured, when you feel either society makes you feel, family, yourself makes you feel like you've been you're failing, right? Then it's natural. Emotions are going to kick in. Emotions are going to start to talk to you. So emotional intelligence comes in is being able to not necessarily drown out the voices, but to be able to make sense of what your emotions are, what your emotion. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to make. I'm not going to be able to make it. That's your emotions, and you got to be able to identify. Okay, is this my emotional self talking here? Okay, and then when intelligence kicks in, intelligence comes with facts. No, this is what you can do. It's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Maybe you need to do it differently. So emotional intelligence is what gives us the balance to help us not to make a decision that is purely emotionally driven. So that is definite. We definitely need to be able to have emotional intelligence, or we will be reacting and not responding, which can cause us to be unbalanced.
That makes total sense. Rachel, what's your take on that?
I definitely agree, and it was an awesome question, Greg. I want to definitely agree with that. Awesome question and an awesome answer. I'm going to piggyback on the respond over reaction. So as far as emotional intelligence, what we will really have to understand is that our emotions run most of our lives. A lot of us do not think intelligently, we think emotionally. And it's really having an understanding of when your emotions are taking over a situation and when your intelligence needs to evaluate. And I think that that's the part of people in general. We are emotional. We're emotional individuals, but it's understanding when you are putting those emotions in front of your logical decisions. Are you logically thinking about this, or are you in your feelings? And I want to say this. A lot of times people think in your feelings means that you're feeling hurt. You can be in your feelings and feel sad. You can be in your feelings feeling anxiety. You can be in your feelings of different ways, but it's really understanding what is triggering the emotion. What's the trigger of that emotion? And understanding if every time I talk to Greg, not saying it, every time I talk to Greg, I'm upset, then that means that's a trigger for that emotion.
Most
and it's
people
understanding.
are.
Not me. I just know how to cut you off, but I'm meant to cut you off if that's the case. But it goes this way: that if that triggers you, you have to put it in your mind that, okay, when I talk to Greg, he's going to say something that's going to upset me. What am I going to put in place for that trigger? Is you being emotionally and mentally intelligent enough of knowing what's happening with you, being self-aware. That's what that's really about. When you're aware of yourself, you're aware of the things that are good, bad, and indifferent that trigger those emotions. Emotional intelligence in your business. You have to be able to not check your emotions. You have to be able to have emotions in a way that allow you still to feel successful. If things rile you up, figure out what those things are. so you can be able to handle your business productively. You want to be able to handle situations as they come your way, because that's how you're going to be successful in your business. That's the difference between business at $5,000 a month or build business at $20,000 a month.
Come on.
How you take in information, and that's emotional intelligence. And the word is emotional intelligence. Put that in there. Emotional intelligence. You have to be intelligent about your emotions and utilize them for fuel. When something angers you, you have to utilize that sometimes for fuel to still propel forward. Something hurt your feelings. Was it intentional? Think about it. Are you thinking emotionally about what hurt your feelings, or was it really intended to just help you be better? Sometimes we're in our emotions about things when someone is just trying to help us be better.
Rachel, I wanted to,
like my marketing coach. My marketing coach, Greg, I tell you what he told me. My marketing coach, I got a marketing coach. This is what he told me. He says, throw your website in the garbage. He said, he said, are you emotional about that? I said, I'm not emotional about anything. I throw the whole business away. That means it's not going to help 100,000 people. So I said, you tell me what I need to do to make it happen. And that's what I will do. The website is in the garbage right now. Bruce is still working on rectifying version 3. I threw it away immediately because he's a marketing guru. I am paying for the speed. That's when you're open to change. Yeah. There's no emotions about my business. My business has to grow, and my emotions are checked at the door for that.
If it don't grow, it's not a business. You're in it for nothing if it doesn't grow. Man, I tried to, today I said, you know what, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna study some stuff, and I'm gonna have some questions this time for Rachel, some good ones, and I did, and we couldn't trip her up, okay? And Dr. Stevens came through with the mental aspect of it, with the psychological aspect of it, man. That's a tag team made in heaven, man. We appreciate you both, man, for coming through, hanging out with us, and we are looking forward to next. So I'm always gonna be prepared with some questions each time we come on to this Thursday show, because I think what happens here is that, number one, we need to, because since this is our last day of the week for Dope Living TV, we need to go into the weekend on a positive note, on a creative note, and make sure that we are mentally okay to face what's coming up tomorrow. Go ahead, Doctor. Go ahead, Doctor. You were going to say something? I'm sorry.
And I'm going to find out. And I was going to say, talking about pressure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, because when I'm under pressure, okay, what am I going to do better? So I was thinking about it while I'm sitting here. I'm just trying to figure out, why am I buffering all over the place? Because I paid my internet bill, so it's not because I didn't pay my bill, right? But so when
I guess the question
when I leave here, I'm going to be trying to figure out, why was I buffering all over the place? So next week, but I say that to say, listen. We're always under some kind of pressure. Just let pressure you into being the best version of you that God wants you to be. So, and I'm using myself for an example.
Bright like a diamond.
Dr. Carolyn's going to figure out why she buffed me. That's it. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna come out shining next week. I'm not gonna be buffed.
I'm gonna tell y'all, this is gonna be funny. Dr. Carolyn, I'm gonna tell them something. She about to call the internet people and be on the phone with them right after this call.
Well, I gotta ask the question.
You know me well.
Dr. Stevens,
customer service is about to do a call.
Let me ask you a question, sis. Who are you with?
Oh my God, Lord.
Who's your internet service?
Crime Code.
I'm Xfinity.
Oh.
Did you say Prime Code? Stop it.
Are you wireless?
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Are you connected directly to your modem, or are you wireless?
No, I'm not hardwired, and that's what I was sitting here thinking.
That's your problem.
Dr. Carolyn, you want to get hardwired?
I was thinking sometimes you need to hardwire it. Yeah.
Especially when you're doing
this is hardwiring the cords or so.
Yeah.
You're a mess.
Yes, I do. I want to get hardwired.
Yeah, but
yes, I do.
Being hardwired.
I don't have to get hardwired. I'm already wired.
Because wireless.
I'm already wired hard. Okay.
All right. Hey,
but I'm still gonna do like you said. I'm going to be making that call though.
Rachel, I'm gonna need this exercise session. I'm gonna need this exercise.
Guys, I want to say this is probably I love that we have brought Dr. Carolyn Stevens to Thursday CEO Nuggets with a mental health twist. That is going to be excellent. It's going to give you that balance that you need of mental growth and financial stability that you need to find success. And until next week, right here on Dope Living TV, where we have the pleasure of speaking to the National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees. I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You.
You, baby.
See you next week, right here.
You already know, man. Hey, check out the D Stark show. Make sure y'all check him out immediately.
Oh,
Matter of fact, he's on now. Mo, what you got to say, man?
Sure. Oh, as usual, excellent. Our sister always give us those jewels. I'm sorry, nuggets and jewels.
Nuggets.
We got the doctor. He's going to be an awesome addition. What I think about this dynamic right here is first of all, they go hand in hand. You got to have your mental in order to have your business. You got to have your business to have your mental. You have to. If you don't have that, if you don't have one of those, you're in trouble. Period. So, I mean, this is a good mix. And I think this Thursday show for folks that's out there, the CEOs, this is going to be something that we're going to dig on. It's going to get bigger and bigger.
It's going to become award winning as well as the relationship roundtable. It's going to become award winning. Okay. You guys are dynamic speakers, first of all. Okay. But you guys, the thing that we pride ourselves is that you know what I almost cursed, Mo. You know what you're talking about. Okay. And that to me is an aphrodisiac from my mind. Okay. When I can talk to people who know what they're talking about, as opposed to people who are hemming and humming and doing all of that stuff. And I'm sitting here knowing, okay, even though I don't know about your business, I know that shit ain't right. Okay. So I have to give you guys your props. All right, give you flowers, okay? Because you guys are amazing. Oh, there's Gina. Hey,
got
Gina,
the cuss word in. You tried.
What you got, Gina? We give it a go.
Hey, I just say,
you wasn't even here. What are you talking about?
No, but this is something that applies across the board. If you have any inkling that life is slipping away from you, things are getting out of hand, talk to a specialist. It does. We in that era where we feel like if you talk to a specialist, a counselor, it's something wrong with you, or it's a sign of weakness. But we need to do that because the mental illness is really, really getting far left. It's getting out of hand. It's really,
don't say it like that.
Really back in. So I'm just saying, if you're feeling like you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody.
That's it. That's what you got to do. Okay, keep it real. Anyway, that's Dope Living TV for today. We appreciate you guys for coming on. All right, make sure that you guys remember November the 7th is the Distinguished Authors Guild. Is coming up really quick. Get there on time. Dr. Stevens will be there. Rachel will be there. We're going to network. We're going to have a great time. Make sure that you're there to get some of this love. Okay, that's all I'm gonna call it. It's love. Mm-hmm. It's nothing but love. Information, and getting that information. That's love, guys. All right, and we're trying to give it all to you with these beautiful ladies here, and my best friend forever. Forever. God, dog, Rachel. Damn, it's been a minute, man.
If you move the letters around in your last names, they will be the same.
I'm telling y'all, if you could, but honestly, if you knew And I say this all the time. If you knew Rachel then, you'll see why she's doing what she's doing now. Absolutely. You'll see why she's doing what she's doing now. You have to have known who she was. She's always been intentional, but we can go on and on. This will be another hour show.
And you know what? Make sure you tune in every Thursday to get information about mental wellness. Dr. Stevens is an expert in the field. She has a degree in the field. She's not just talking about what, like we do on relationships, on our relationship segment. We just talk and throw stuff out there, but she is an expert in the field. And come with your questions. You may have a family member or a friend who's going through something, who's going through a mental breakdown or just, you see them slipping away, maybe even depression. Come on here, ask your questions. She's open to answer those questions for you and to give you the correct information.
Y'all don't get this information for free all the time, okay? We getting leadership information, business information, and mental health information. Y'all getting it for free right now, right? When and they're not giving you everything here. They're not giving you everything here. Seek out the information, guys, okay? And get into their platforms, get into what they're doing, all right? So you can get the entire impact of what they bring to the table. That's it for us, man. This Thursday, we're out of here for the weekend. We'll see you Monday. This is Dope Living TV Live. We holla. Peace.